And while the teams changed ends, Randy Moss checked back into the ballgame. Seems none the worse for wear. Of course, I'm not inside the helmet. Didn't hurt me.
No. Randy's a pretty tough guy. He's seen it all. No man has seen more double coverage in his career, maybe other than Jerry Rice, and that guy right there. And Tom Brady talks about it. Said he comes over, he knows more about double coverage than I do. He's seen every kind.
What did he tell us? He's the smartest player he's ever played
Yeah,
with.
he says, I trust him like another quarterback standing over there. He really understands what's going on the field.
This time he'll split Moss wide to the right. Maroney remains in the ball game. Heath Evans is the up back. And Brady will throw for Moss. Touchdown, Patriots. Well, with that, where do you want to start? We got all records breaking here. With that, the Patriots break the league scoring record for a single season, surpassing the '98 Vikings. With that, Brady ties Peyton Manning for the most touchdown throws in a season at 49. And with that, Randy Moss ties Jerry Rice for most touchdown catches in a season with 22.
And with that, Randy Moss got a penalty for excessive celebration. So they did as many with-thats as we've ever seen on one play before.
Well, you know, how often do you get 3 NFL records fall in one play?
That's a lot of with-thats.
And so Gostowski comes on 5 seconds into our second quarter and makes this one a 10-7 ball game. Tom Coughlin had it right. He said they'll want to get Moss out of the way. They'll want to get Brady out of the way. 3 records have fallen, with more to come from the Meadowlands right after this.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by Wendy's. Visit Wendy's.com for a chance to win hot, juicy burgers for life. Radio Shack, where this holiday you don't just buy stuff, you do stuff.
While we were away, we tried to figure out what Randy Moss did to merit the flag. Inspector Collinsworth, what'd you figure?
Randy Moss didn't do anything, I don't think. Lawrence Maroney came up to him and did this the slightest little wiggle of a dance. And I think what they're saying is that it became a group celebration, but that is ticky-tack at best, and referees can't dance. We now know that, but that's what he was saying. Maroney was in front of him doing the dance. It became a group celebration.
And so Gostowski will have to kick off from his 15. It was worth it because you see the official dance. This is Hickson. Hickson breaking past midfield. Hickson with 1 man to beat. Hickson, touchdown Giants. Yards. And suddenly Bill Belichick doesn't think that official dancing was very funny.
No, and as a matter of fact, that becomes a huge penalty at this point, because then they had to kick off from much farther back from their own 15-yard line and create a little forward momentum on this one. And for the Giants, they are determined to make this one a game.
And just like that, the Giants take the lead once again. Second quarter's been full of action, only 16 seconds. We've had 2 touchdowns. The Giants are out in front, 14-10.
You didn't watch NFL Game Day last Sunday. Here's what you missed.
I got a feeling those starters are going to be in there for the entire game.
They have balance offensively, defensively.
Don't miss NFL Game Day tomorrow at 7:30 and 11:30 on NFL Network.
Good look at Dominic Hickson, the young man who's just taken it 74 yards to the house and put the Giants back out in front. What an eventful year it's been for him. Opening week, you'll recall, he was with the Denver Broncos, and he was the one who collided with Kevin Everett. And Everett was carried off the field, temporarily paralyzed.
And they got together in Buffalo last week when Everett was there at the game, and Dixon made a point to go up into the private boxes, and he said, it's been such a burden on my mind for all this time, and I think it meant a lot to him to be able to at least have a conversation with Kevin.
And Hickson only back there because Ahmad Bradshaw, who usually returns kicks for this club, has a contusion in his calf. This is Hobbs. Hobbs gets back to the 33-yard line. He's dropped there, and the Patriots offense will come on the field. A lot of big ball games coming up tomorrow with playoff implications. Want to take us through them real quick?
I'll do my best. The Saints playing at 1 o'clock have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. If the Redskins beat the Cowboys, they're in as the 6th seed. If the Redskins lose and the Vikings win playing at the same time, then the Vikings would go. If the Redskins and Vikings both lose and the Saints win, they would go.
There we go.
Haven't even started on the AFC.
Well, the last one there is the key one, the Titans-Colts. If the Titans win, basically they're in. Watson will come in motion this side. Brady changes up now. He'll give to Maroney. And Maroney off the left side gets first down Patriots as he crosses the 45-yard line. Let's go downstairs. Adam Schefter. Adam, what do you got?
Thanks very much, Brian. You mentioned if Tennessee wins, it's in. But if it doesn't win, then Cleveland is in. The bad news for the Browns is that the Indianapolis Colts are planning to start Marvin Harrison. He went through the walkthrough practice Saturday. Tony Dungy thinks he looks good enough to play. The Colts want to use Peyton Manning with Marvin Harrison, so now Cleveland must root for Jim Sorgi, who's going to play at least the second half.
All right, Adam, thanks very much. Give Maroney a pickup of 13 on that last play. This one is Falk, and that's the first success New England has had running the ball tonight, our previous play.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the Patriots are using Randy Moss as a blocker in this game. They're rolling the corner to Randy Moss's side and dropping the safety in behind him to try and double him. So now what the Patriots are countering with is this little swing screen of theirs. Randy comes off, makes the block on Madison, and there's nobody there to fill the void.
This time Moss goes to the left, top of the screen, but they'll give it inside. And this is Maroney. Remember, the path to the draft is on NFL Network. Don't miss exclusive coverage of the Senior Bowl and the NFL Scouting Combine, where top NFL draft prospects show off their skills for coaches and clubs. The NFL Scouting Combine, that's this February, all on NFL Network, where football season never ends. I think we can get that picture up a little bit later of Tom Brady at the Combine.
Oh, that was something.
How great
We
was
definitely
that?
have to show you that.
We got to show that one. Brady may not want us to show it, but you got to see it. They'll swing it far side. Welker, first down Patriots as he crosses the 30. Okay, this is the one Tom Brady would prefer we didn't show, but this is Tom when he came out of college at the Combine.
I can only tell you that I am so happy they didn't videotape my Combine, because it would have been all time and it definitely would have shown up somewhere. But here's Tom Brady, who ended up coming out as a 6th-round draft choice, a complete afterthought. He was telling us last night what he was on an 0-8 freshman team in high school.
Backup.
He was the backup quarterback, so he's come a long way, baby.
As you can see, he's now set a franchise record, going over 4,500 yards passing. This is Maroney, and Maroney will get nothing on the right side. Barry Colefield coming from his tackle position to stone this one.
Yeah, and what's happening is the Giants are chasing plays from the backside and actually getting there. So these stretch plays are going to have to get there just a little bit quicker. You'll see the backside pursuit is actually what catches up here, and the penetration on the front side is forcing the back to go a little deeper so the backside can get there.
Cofield inside has been a real find for the Giants. He was a rookie last year out of Northwestern, played all 16 games. Now in his second year, and the Giants really like him.
And the Patriots are going 2 back sets now because of protection issues.
Welker in the slot. He'll get it wide. Welker, Aaron Ross first to get there. Aaron Ross with the tackle.
Great hustle play that time by Aaron Ross. He misses the first time on the bubble screen. They're coming back with this same play time after time. This time Ross with man coverage on the inside, sees it, flies out there, misses the tackle on Welker initially, but it takes Welker long enough to get back to his feet. He can come back. Good hustle play. Good young player right there in Aaron Ross.
Heady play, rookie out of Texas. It'll leave the Patriots with 3rd and long from the 32.
They look like they're in the 2-man coverage here where they're going to try and play bump and run underneath.
Brady gets it off, throws this side, and completes it to Kevin Falk, but way short of the first down marker. Reggie Torbor was the first to get there, and so Gostowski will come on for the 2nd time tonight with a field goal attempt.
Well, Torborg was about 10 yards off, and so I think Brady was thinking, let me get it out here to Falk in the open field, see if he can break a tackle and make a move. But Torborg made a nice tackle, and field goal team has to come on.
As you can see, Gostowski has made good from 37. This one will be from 46 yards out. And it's true. And the Patriots have now pulled to within one of the Giants. It's 14-13 in the Meadowlands.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by chocolate, peanuts, nougat, caramel, Snickers, Peace. Sears, this holiday, don't just give a gift, grant a wish.
Back in the Meadowlands, where Bob Kraft has come to watch his Patriots complete a perfect regular season, but so far it's not going their way. They're trailing 14-13, and in the wake of this first half that we're seeing, it seems funny to think that the big question all week was, would the Giants play their regulars?
And you know, you wonder, did it factor into the Patriots' minds? Were they thinking, they're not going to play these guys. They may play a half, they may do whatever, and all of a sudden the Giants are out here like it's the Super Bowl.
Gostowski kicks this one away, and this is Hickson, the man who took the last one back 74 yards for a touchdown. He'll get much less this time as he's brought down to the 30. The Patriots bandwagon is a pretty popular place right now, but I'm happy to say my partner was on it fairly early on.
To be perfectly honest, I think they're the best team I've ever seen. I know it's still early right now, but you would have to say that this football team, they just have so many different ways to beat you. I think this is a frightening-looking team.
My favorite part of that is Bob Costas going soprano on me. What? You wanted no part of that one.
Manning will start from the 30, and Manning will complete this one to Kevin Boss. And Boss makes his way past the 45. Boss is now their receiving tight end, now that Shockey is gone for the year with a broken leg.
And they really like him. They think that he is a tremendous receiver. He's come up big when he's had his opportunities. And when you go first down play action for Eli Manning, I mean, let's face it, the Giants are known as a running football team. They go first down play action, the linebackers bite on it, and it was just no problem at all for Kevin Boss to get in behind him.
Manning said that Boss has done a decent job. What they lose with Shockey is the chance for a mismatch that they would have had, but Boss has done an admirable job as their receiving tight end. Michael Matthews, who's a bigger guy and a better blocker, is their blocking tight end.
And this is a fierce battle going on up front right now. I really enjoy watching the defensive front and the offensive line going at it here. Richard Seymour, Vince Wilfork, Ty Warren, some of the absolute best players in the National Football League. And when you're in a 3-4 defense, these guys don't get a lot of credit because they have to play two gaps. They play inside and outside. They don't get to come after the quarterback, but these are three of the very best.
Jacobs remains the deep back. He'll get it. Right side. Cut down by Teddy Bruschi, who remains the heart and soul of this defense. Bruschi now in his 12th year out of Arizona, the leading tackler on the Patriots ball club.
Teddy Bruschi with a spectacular play. Madison Hedgecock, the fullback, is coming down on him and gets good position, kicks him out, and Bruschi does a little shoulder under and peel back, and what's the Matrix, that kind of a move. You know, he did that whole thing and came back in and made the play. Not bad for an old guy.
A Keanu Reeves reference.
Yes, sir. That looked good.
Third down for Manning and the Giants. He'll fake to Jacobs inside. Manning throwing over the middle. Incomplete. Was going for Kevin Boss. Rodney Harrison defending on the play.
And here's the difference, because if Jeremy Shockey's in the game at this point, you have a chance when you get one-on-one coverage against Rodney Harrison, number 37, right there, physical at the line of scrimmage. But Harrison just all over that one. He didn't go for any of the fakes. This guy's been around a long time. I don't know that all the players in the National Football League like him, because he's kind of one of those laid after the pile, hit you around kind of guys. But he is a tremendous asset on this team.
And he's a guy who has bad memories of the season ender last year. Remember against Tennessee in the final game of the season, he had a knee injury and was lost for the playoffs. Beagles will kick this one into the end zone, and so the Patriots will bring it out and start from their 20 on what has been a very hard-hitting affair here in the Meadowlands on a Saturday night, and a surprising affair too. It's the Giants on top on the scoreboard, 14-13 over the undefeated Patriots. Now replay is kind of like your Cribs notes, isn't it?
I like that. Well, you know, they take the game and they chop it up, and so it's about an hour and a half, whatever, but they put in comments from the players after the game about what happened, so you really get some inside stuff.
There you go. About halfway through our second quarter here in the Meadowlands, and surprisingly, the Patriots are on the bottom end of a 14-13 score. This is Maroney, and Maroney would seem to have enough for a Patriots first down, finding room off the right side before going down in the arms of Jabril Wilson.
They're actually now beginning to let Fred Robbins come upfield and actually use his own momentum against him. He's charging up the field, and all the penetration we were talking about before and pushing the pocket. Now in the running game, they're letting him go in the gap and just letting him slide, and they're running off tackle in behind him.
Well, now this is strange. Heath Evans is their fullback, has checked in the ball game, and he's split to the top of your screen. Brady will throw the other side and complete to Randy Moss, and he'll get close to the first down marker, perhaps 2 yards short. Wilson again with the stop.
The time R.W. McQuarters coming on a slot blitz, and Tom Brady and Randy Moss have only seen about 300,000 of these coming right in off the slot, and they pick it up pretty easily, and nice game.
This time Moss is wide to the top of the screen. Maroney is the lone back, and Maroney will get it. Maroney will have enough for another New England first down. Wilson makes his third straight tackle, and that's not good when your safety is making the tackles.
No. Dan Copen, the center that time, staying on his block, really was the difference maker on that one. And you're starting to see Lawrence Maroney running downhill better. You know, you don't want to see young backs with too many shake and bake kind of moves out there. And there's the young signal caller right there who has made such a difference, Josh McDaniels.
He came into our room yesterday. I thought he was a kid who was bringing the coffee. He looked like he was 15.
It's truly remarkable. At age 28, he was calling plays for the world champion Patriots, and we asked him about it, and he said, oh, Bill Belichick said I was ready, so I must be ready. He said, if that man tells me something, I believe it, and if he believes it, then I'm going to believe it, and he's done a fantastic job. Tom Brady absolutely loves the relationship that he has with him, and he's truly calling the plays.
And it's Tom Brady who has 9 straight completions right now.
Antonio Pierce checking out of what looked like a blitz. They're going back into a zone now.
Brady with time, make it 10 straight to Welker. And that time Pierce drags him down. Would appear to be just shy of the first down marker. Will leave the Patriots with the third down.
You know, so much of this offense is on Tom Brady. There's just no way around it. When you take all your blocking backs, all your tight ends, and say, you guys get out of here, let me read it, let me make plays, that's all the quarterback then.
They go to a tight formation. Heath Evans is the up back. Maroney is deep. Evans will get it, and he'll get the first down.
Just a little surprise run right up the gut behind Dan Copen going to the Pro Bowl this season. You pay so much attention to the tailbacks in this Patriots offense, and all of a sudden you turn around, slip it into the fullback, and nobody sees it.
I want to welcome you who are joining us on NFL.com and NFL Mobile. Welcome to NFL Network Saturday Night Football. Remember, you can log on now to NFL.com live for enhanced coverage of tonight's historic game. Brady looking deep, throwing far side, and completing this one to Watson. He goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Make it 11 straight for Brady.
That's the power of having Randy Moss on your football team. He goes to the post corner route, 2 guys run with him, and absolutely nobody goes with Watson out to the flat. I mean, this is one of those, and this was the best protection we've seen so far. Tom Brady had time to step up and make the play, but as Moss goes down the field, everybody chases him, including Sam Madison. That's pretty easy.
Call it a pickup of 21. First down, Patriots from the 25.
Brady got him with the snap count again. They showed their blitz, and now they're going to have to back out of it.
And with that, the Patriots will use their first timeout of the half. They've still got 2 left. They're trailing by a point with 3:31 to go in the Meadowlands. The fantasy football season is not over. Play the NFL.com Playoff Challenge fantasy game. It's simple and it's free. I like that free stuff. You also could win a trip to Super Bowl 43, so sign up today at NFL.com Playoff Challenge.
We all know that about you.
Thank you. Brady and the Patriots on a roll. They'll give it to Maroney, and Maroney will get 4 off the right side. Michael Strahan coming up to make the stop. What was it Strahan told us? This is a guy, he feels fresher this year for having missed training camp. We asked him about coming back. He said, well, maybe if there are, what do you call them, concessions?
A few concessions might have to be made. He reads the newspapers. He knows a lot of veteran players aren't practicing on Wednesdays, and training camp is certainly not his favorite thing. So if, in fact, Tom Coughlin, who is an old school guy, is willing to give him some training camp time off, maybe not practice every single day, I think he'd like to come back.
Make it 12 straight for Brady. Dante Stallworth has this one, but is dropped after a short pickup. Aaron Ross playing well tonight.
Yeah, he sure is, and that's exactly what they need, because they really haven't gotten everything out of Corey Webster that they were hoping for. Sam Madison, another guy who's getting a little older, who's been playing awfully well. But this is a team that in need of corner play to improve.
3rd and 4, big down for the Giants.
Completely spread, empty backfield here, 5 out.
Brady has Welker to his right, Moss to his left. He barely gets it off. Brady with time, end zone. Knocked away from Randy Moss. Jarris Wilkinson would seem to be the linebacker who got a hand on that.
Oh my gosh, what a mismatch they had there. They had Wilkinson playing 2-man. He had Randy Moss in the underneath coverage, safety over the top, and Wilkinson got there. It hit him right in the back of the head.
I said hand, I meant head.
Well, you're close. You're just a couple letters off there, but a header and a beauty. And I don't think Tom Brady can believe it. He said, I've got Randy Moss on a linebacker and we don't score a touchdown.
And so Gostowski is on this attempt from 37. Gostowski 3 for 3 on the night. And with that, we've hit the 2-minute warning, and the Patriots have assumed the lead. They're out in front 16-14. Well, folks were wondering if the Giants were going to play, if the starters were going to play, if it was just going to be reserves, if anybody was going to care. We got ourselves a ball game in the Meadowlands. It's 16-14.
They are playing their guts out here defensively, but right now this defense needs to get off the field for a little while. So far, time of possession 19:45 for the Pats, and for the Giants 8:16. The Patriots have run 36 plays so far to just 14 for the Giants. Of course, the kickoff return such a big part of that, but that starts to build on itself in the second half.
Gostowski puts the foot in this one. This is Hickson. He is the one that took it back to the house, 74 yards for a touchdown. And Hickson will bring this one to the 27-yard line before he's dropped. We have a flag on the field. Let's wait right here.
During the return, holding receiving team number 43, 10-yard penalty, the retained possession, first down.
So that'll back the Giants up a bit. Let's go on downstairs. Rich Eisen. Rich?
Well, Bryant, this is the current state of our halftime set right now, but in a couple minutes, like one of the fine barn raisings of Pennsylvania Dutch country, it's going to go straight up, and we're going to conduct the Wendy's halftime show. Join me and Deion Sanders, Steve Mariucci, and Marshall Falk. We'll talk about all the important games on Sunday that's coming up in Week 17. And for those in need of a primer for NFL Network, we're going to condense 4 years of fun, facts, and entertainment in just 60 seconds. That's coming up with the Wendy's halftime show, Brian.
All right, Rich, thanks very much. We'll be watching for you sweating there as that barn raising takes place. The Giants move back now to the 15-yard line.
That was really a big penalty, because now it really changes your philosophy down here. Well, maybe it doesn't. They're going to take their shot.
Manning Off balance as he threw that one, tried to get it out to Toomer. As you can see, it came up short. I'm surprised the Giants have not run the ball more effectively tonight. 7 carries, just 7 yards for Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah, and that is what they do. But remember what Bill Belichick will do to a Kevin Gilbride. His philosophy is, what do you do best? We are going to take that away. So essentially they are now saying, Eli Manning, beat us. Beat us if you can.
Manning this time sends Plaxico Burress to the left. And he's lined up opposite Ellis Hobbs. Manning looking the other way. Manning with time. Manning flushed this side. Throwing and completing Kevin Boss. First down, Giants.
But that is not good. That's Sean O'Hara, the center. And if you're Tom Coughlin, that's what you can't afford to see in this so-called meaningless football game. Yes, your quarterback just made a great play, something you've been waiting to see. But if Sean O'Hara now has any kind of injury that impacts the playoff game next week, now you have problems.
O'Hara making his 92nd consecutive start tonight, so he's been a durable performer. 8-year man out of Rutgers. Hard to tell exactly what happened to him there.
Looked like his own guy sort of got underneath him.
Watch in the middle, O'Hara is 60.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's exactly, it's David Deal that was pushed back into him, and as O'Hara had his leg planted, and that's
not unlike the way Shockey got his broken leg against the Redskins.
They have had an awful run of injuries here with the New York Giants, and I don't know if football fans truly understand the significance of the offensive lineman in the NFL, and in particular the center position. This is the guy that makes all the calls. In other words, the quarterback will come up, put you in a certain front, make a couple of calls, maybe check where the back's going to go, but it is the center more often than not that directs the offensive line. And so he is essentially the quarterback of those guys up front. And when you're talking about having to change out that position, that's significant.
And as you can see, Gray Rugemer is ready to come in. We'll come back and check O'Hara's condition right after this. You can see Sean O'Hara making his way very gingerly to the sidelines. I would suspect it's the last we'll see of him this season.
Well, you never know. I mean, this one's down close, and you just never know.
You think they would bring him back in a game that doesn't impact them one way or the other?
I didn't think they'd be playing like this in the first half, so what do I know? That was a charged timeout, though. Injury timeout inside of 2 minutes. Charged timeout for the Giants. They're down to 1.
So Gray Rugemer has replaced O'Hara. Rugemer's a veteran himself. 9 years out of Arizona State. Manning to Toomer. He hangs on this time, crossing midfield to the 44-yard line.
Tremendous protection inside. They brought 4. And Eli is able to stand there. We're not seeing him fading away from throws tonight. He's stepping up and making good throws.
Giants still with plenty of time. As you can see, 1:17 to play, and they still have 1 timeout. Manning with time again completes to Jacobs. And Jacobs barreling his way across the 30 to the 26-yard line. First down, Giants.
That time the Patriots bring 6 on the blitz, maybe 5 on the blitz. Eli stands in, finds the hot read. Junior Seau in the man protection was trying to play a little game, making Eli think he was coming, and then backed out late.
We've moved inside of a minute. Manning will throw again. This is Boss again. And Boss this time with an 8-yard pickup. Boss tonight 3 catches, 48 yards. And we've got a little skirmish in the Giants backfield. That's Jacobs and Seau.
Timeout, New York. There's third and final.
That's the Giants' last timeout of the half. And it looked like Coughlin is a little bit wondering about why it's charged to the Giants.
I'm not thinking he was wanting to call it, but when the skirmish was going on, obviously the clock's ticking at that point. And what are you going to do? And Brandon Jacobs and Junior Seau are going at it. Remember, Jacobs made the move, caught the ball the last time. My guess is this time he had to get some pass protection on him, and he came up and gave him a good shot. But for Junior Seau, if nothing else, he milked a little time off the clock. But for Eli, this is the best I've seen him so far.
Here's what just happened.
Oh, he poked him right in the eye.
Well, Wilfork did.
Yeah,
not
Vince Wilfork, right. Vince Wilfork reached over and stuck his finger inside the face mask.
Looked like a Mole Larry Curly deal.
I'm going to tell you, if the referees had seen that one, I think it would have been.
The defense was holding the runner down. That's a delay of the game. Defense, number 55, 5-yard penalty. The enforcement results in a first down.
More to come. Hold the line. Wilfork was not tagged for the fingers in the eye, but for holding the runner down.
New York will not be charged with a team timeout.
Okay, so Coughlin did have a right to complain. He didn't call.
Well, the penalty is what took away the timeout. So that penalty not only significant from the yardage gain, but also the timeout recouped. And that was, for Vince Wilfork, that's pretty nasty right there. I mean, he clearly was trying to take his fingers inside the face mask and poke his eye. Now, that's one I'm sure the league's going to take a look at. Unfortunately, the officials didn't happen to see that one with all the other activity going on out there, but that should have been 15 yards against the Patriots. Right there, there's no question of the intent.
Yeah, but that one doesn't look like an intent to injure. That looks like an intent to annoy.
That looks like an intent to stick your finger in his eye, and that should have been 15 yards, and that could have even been a potential ejection, which would have been devastating for the Patriots.
So the Giants,
very lucky.
I'm sorry, the Giants get their timeout back. Remember, the Giants lost the timeout on a bad challenge just a minute and a half into this ball game on their very first drive.
And let's give Brandon Jacobs a little credit for not retaliating. That happens so much in the NFL. Somebody does something like that to you, you take a swing, and all of a sudden they throw you out of the game. So he held his head about him and walked away.
Okay, order has been restored. Let's reset.
This is a good-looking drive by Eli Manning, isn't it?
First down, Giants. 31 seconds left in our first half. Patriots out in front 16-14. Giants still have one timeout. Manning with time. Manning scrambling to his left. Manning to the 4. First down, Giants. And this time, he does signal for the timeout.
Well, you're talking about, for Eli Manning, this is when I think he's at his best. When you talk to the Giants coaches about him, they say he knows how to play the position. He knows all the checks. He knows all the calls. He knows intellectually how to play the game. What he has quit doing is playing football. He needs to just go back now, rely on his instincts. He understands the game, and just play football.
You say he's quit doing it. Why?
I think that sometimes he can become so mechanical in trying to get everything right on the football field that he forgets he's a football player. And what they have worked with him relentlessly on is trust your instincts. Trust what you're seeing. Just go out and make plays. And when he gets in the 2-minute offense, more often than not, he looks better than he does when they're in the set-off.
In fairness to him, they also said that his problem is he hesitates sometimes too much, and that's understandable because he and Burris have rarely worked together in practice all year long, and as they said, Shockey sometimes did his own thing on the field.
And Shockey's gone, and Tiki Barber, who was his easy weapon on the outside. But this has been really impressive. This is a signature drive so far by Eli Manning.
Manning has Jacobs to his left. He sends Hedgecock in motion. Manning throwing this side, incomplete. Was going for Plaxico Burris. He was covered by Ellis Hobbs, and Burris didn't think much of the non-call.
Well, I think Burris thought Hobbs grabbed him and pulled him down, and he said, the heck with that, what was that?
The fans don't care much for it either, as it's shown on the Jumbotron here.
Try to go back shoulder. I think that's kind of both ways. I thought Plaxico got away with a little push off, and maybe Ellis Hobbs pulled him down, and two guys playing football. I think it's a good no call.
Second and goal. Giants out of timeouts. 18 seconds, and the Patriots will call a timeout. Their second of the half. And so Manning will go to the sidelines to talk it over with offensive coordinator Kevin Gilbride and head coach Tom Coughlin. Remember, every playoff game will be re-aired every week on NFL Replay, exclusively on NFL Network. You can get NFL Network on DirecTV, Dish Network, AT&T Uverse, Verizon Fios, and Cox Communications. So log on to iwantnflnetwork.com to find out how to get it. We've got ourselves a ball game here, 16-14, and I doubt anybody in the stands is wondering, oh, is anybody going to play in this game, because it's a season ender.
This really says a lot to me about the players in the National Football League. I mean, the Giants are out here really with nothing to gain, and they're playing their absolute guts out. Does this in any way take away from what they're going to do in the playoffs next week? You never know what may happen if some injuries come up or whatever. But when you see guys playing in a meaningless game like this, it has to impress you about the character of these guys.
Patriots in a dogfight in the Meadowlands. They're leading by 2. Manning, boss, touchdown Giants. Kevin Boss. This one's going against the Patriots. It'll be waved off. Kevin Boss, rookie out of Western Oregon. Big night, 4 catches, 50 yards, and now a touchdown to put the Giants out in front of the Patriots.
That was all about the poise of Eli Manning. They only rushed 3, so instead of panicking down there, he realized with only rushing 3, he had time, and Boss was able to work his way open.
Lawrence Tynes punctuates the score, and with that, with just 13 seconds to play in the first half in the Meadowlands, the New York Giants are out in front of the unbeaten New England Patriots, 21-16. And here was Manning, as you noted, with time, showing some poise.
Yeah, he really did. As they stepped up, Rugemer and Seibert and all those guys up front just simply took care of the pocket. There was nobody there in his face. I thought Eli might take off and run. And Rodney Harrison thought he had an interception. He tried to jump in front of it. But because of the extra time that Eli had, it gave Boss a chance to work around the backside of it. That was impressive. That was a signature drive for Eli Manning. That is sort of the other Manning kind of a drive. And I give Kevin Gilbride a lot of credit on that one. After they got the penalty and they marched back inside their own 20-yard line, I was thinking, they're probably going to try and just run out the clock. They didn't. They were aggressive. They go the length of the field. Tremendous signature drive by the Giants.
Our 4th lead change of the ball game has resulted in 21 points for the Giants. And you saw the graphic. That's the most points the Patriots have allowed in the first half this year. For the record, they have trailed in 6 of their ball games this year. So they do know how to come from behind. They're only down by 5. We've got a lot of football to play in the Meadowlands. Lawrence Tynes will kick this one away. Wes Welker is back, and he'll grab it at the 5. Welker knocked back at the 24-yard line. Reggie Torbor was the tackler, the first one there. Here's the teams that made it a long ways before they returned back. The Bears were 12-0 before the Dolphins ended their dream. Here in the Meadowlands in 1998, the Broncos came in at 13-0, and the Giants turned them back. And then just 2 years ago, remember, the Colts started out 13-0, and it was the San Diego Chargers who went into Indianapolis and ended their hopes of a perfect season.
Well, this has gotten really interesting now.
The fans love it here in the Meadowlands, and why not? Their Giants, with nothing to play for, with their position in the postseason already secured, with no change possible, are playing their guts out tonight, and they're leading the New England Patriots 21-16. Stay tuned. The Wendy's halftime show is coming up right after a break. Rich, Mooch, Dion, and Marshall are coming right back. Highlights and analysis right after this.